Welcome to the CAB Builder video tutorial series. This video is a comprehensive overview of design settings within the design module. When drafting a design within the design module, you have the ability to enter, edit, and tie important job information to each individual design with design settings. You may attend to the design settings at any point along the design process. However, it may be beneficial to enter as much information as possible at the start of the design. Once you have entered the design module, you may access the design settings in one of two places. The first location is found in the Main Menu tab at the top of the left toolbar. Selecting the main menu icon will launch a menu where design settings may be found near the bottom of the list. The second location is from within the design module itself. Navigate to the top of the grid space and locate the design settings icon shaped like a sheet of paper with a gear inside. Selecting the design settings option in either location will launch a dialog box. In this dialog box, there are three tabs on the left. General Info, which is used to enter the design name and important job information. Customer Info, which is used to enter new customer information or draw customer information from the internal CRM, and Dealer Info, which is used to enter or edit the dealer information. In the first tab, start by giving the design a name. The name shown, CAB Builder Design, is the default name for each new design and will need to be edited in order to differentiate this individual design. Delete the default name and enter the design name to be used for this design. From here, as the information becomes available, you may enter a contract number, a more thorough job name, the PO number, and order number. Use the Design Status drop-down to designate where the design is at in the design process, from anywhere between preliminary design up to and including installed. Use the Processed By field to keep track of who has had hands-on last or who has processed the order. And utilize the Notes field to enter any important design notes along the way. Next, navigate to the Customer Info tab. In this section, you will enter in new customer information or bring in existing customer information to tie this design to a specific customer. You will notice that you may not access any of the fields to input information. To enter information for a customer, new or existing, navigate to the bottom of the dialog box and click the Browse button. This will launch an additional dialog box containing all the previously entered customers and their corresponding details. You may choose an existing customer by scrolling through the provided list, selecting a customer to highlight it, then click the Select button, which will automatically populate all the corresponding customer information to the Design Settings dialog box. To enter a new customer, click the Browse button. Then navigate to the bottom of the dialog box and select the New button, which will launch an additional dialog box. Here, you may access and edit the customer's account number and company name if applicable, enter the customer's first and last name, and enter their contact details such as email address, work, mobile, and home phone numbers, and fax number as well, if applicable. Down in the address fields, you once again may not enter the information into the existing fields. To enter an address into one of these fields, click the Select button to the right of the field, which will launch yet another dialog box. This dialog box will contain previously entered addresses. If any of these apply to this customer, select the appropriate address, then click the Select button. To enter new address information, click the New button to launch a smaller dialog box. Enter the street address, the city, state, zip code, and country information in the appropriate fields. Then click the Save button to save and dismiss the dialog box. Once entered, the new address information will populate at the bottom of your list. Scroll to the bottom of the list and select the newly entered address. Then click the Select button. This will dismiss the dialog box and return you to the new customer dialog box. If you have different mailing, shipping, and invoice addresses, you will need to repeat this process for each address field. Or you may place a mark in the box next to Same as Mailing or Same as Shipping as necessary. Once you have filled out the necessary information, click the Save button to save the customer information to the internal CRM and dismiss the dialog box. Once again, newly entered customer information will populate at the bottom of the Select Customer dialog box. Scroll to the bottom of the list and select the newly entered customer. Then click the Select button. After this process is complete, the new customer and their corresponding details will be populated in the Design Settings dialog box and will tie the customer to this design. Finally, click the Dealer Info tab to view and edit the dealer information if necessary. The information populated here will default to the information associated with your CAB Builder license and should display your company information. If necessary, edit any fields to reflect the dealer information that will accompany this design. Once you have completed these tasks, click the Apply button to save the information and dismiss the dialog box. All the entered information will now populate to your reports and drawings module templates. From here, if you have not done so yet, at a minimum, draft your walls. Then click the floppy disk Save icon at the top of the left panel to save this design and the information entered within the Design Settings dialog box. With CAB Builder's design settings, it is easy to keep track of each design's important job information. To view additional video tutorials, please visit www.cabbuildersoftware.com/training.